Day 114 of 365 days of meditation. We're just ripping right along. Got up this morning. It's a Saturday, so I gave myself a little extra sleep. No alarm, just woke up when I woke up. And then I meditated for, I think it was about an hour and 15 to an hour and a half. About an hour and 20 minutes maybe. I think it was about an hour and 20 minutes, yeah. And didn't have any music today because I didn't have anything to get to in terms of work or exercise or nothing after. So I just sat there in the silence and enjoyed it. And it was interesting how that hour and 15, hour and 20 just kind of flew by. Came out of it, there was a little bit more of a monkey mind, I guess not quite the same as when it's early in the morning, but because it was about, I think, 8 a.m. when I meditated. But I made sure it was the first thing I did after sleeping in, and it was a little bit emotionally charged for the first time in a while. And it was interesting because I was listening to this podcast and they were talking about awe and the importance of experiencing awe. And I realized that in meditation, sometimes I can experience awe. Something can be incredibly sort of emotionally powerful, and not in a necessarily a negative way, but kind of in a beautiful way. And the experience itself can be really sort of all-encompassing, engrossing. I don't know if overwhelming is the right word, but it's very sort of intense. And apparently awe is a good way to, experiencing a sense of awe is a good way to be quote unquote happy in your day-to-day life. And when I meditate, I seem to be a lot happier in my day-to-day life. And so perhaps it's part of it is just that experience of awe in meditation. I don't know for sure. I think there's lots of other things that some of the scientific literature points at in terms of the benefits of meditation, and how it can improve the function of your brain and by extension your mind. Mind being the brain in action, and as a result, it can have all these sort of positive or cascading beneficial effects throughout your day-to-day life, including mental health, improvements in mental health, which is really the whole purpose of doing this journey, was to see how it impacts my mental health. And I can honestly say after 114 days, it's amazing. Not only do I feel better, if I do have a little bit of a rough day or something, or I'm irritated by something, the refractory period is very short. I get back to feeling good very, very quickly. I don't dwell on things. I'm not so rigid. And the sort of perfectionism doesn't cause me to be sort of feeling anxious or stressed out because I'm not hypercritical when I do things, critical of my own performance. And I mean critical in a negative way. Not that there's anything wrong with critiquing or analyzing and refining your processes and your day-to-day activities to get better, but just being negative and criticizing yourself is not at all helpful. So yeah, just in general, meditation seems to be helping a ton. 114 days of just, it's probably the best 114 day streak I've had in a very long time, since I was meditating daily about a year and a half ago. That was the last time I probably felt this good, so it's working. And yeah, that's it. That's all I have to say. One other thing, because she'll probably watch this. Happy birthday, Tanya. And in closing, if you're struggling at all with your mental health, talk to somebody. There's nothing worse than suffering in silence. It can take an unpleasant situation and make it so much worse. And I know this from experience. Talking to somebody can just really help you feel like you're not alone. Somebody else might give a shit, and that's really important when you kind of stop giving a shit about yourself. And that can be the first step taken towards recovery, whether it be you get that person can empathize or sympathize with what you're going through, or make some recommendations that help them. If they had struggled in the past with their mental health, they might be able to refer you to a counselor. They might be able to recommend a book. There's a number of things they might be able to recommend. Some protocols you could put into place in your day-to-day life, changes to diet to tackle inflammation, exercise to improve mood, getting morning light exposure to kickstart that circadian rhythm and have your sort of hormone cycles start to function a little more optimally, which all can positively impact your mood, or negatively impact if they're dysregulated or not functioning optimally. So yeah, you never know where that conversation will lead, but if what you're doing right now is not working and you are struggling, try something different. And if you haven't talked to anyone about what you're going through, that something different could simply be talking to somebody. Yeah, that's it for today. Thanks for watching. Have a wonderful night.